Hey, Drew's here.
Drew's here.
You know, Drew.
Drew, you know, our guest.
That guy.
Whatever.
Oh, boy.
Brave the freeway. So that's my 2 cents about Gone. But I did like the episode. I thought it was very sexy. And,
Can you get in there okay?
Right here.
There you go.
Good.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
He was running. He's like,
well, I was trotting. I wouldn't call it running.
I told him, I'm like, Kitty's handling the show
Relax.
all by herself. And he's like, we can't let him do that.
I think I did a good job, though.
You did?
I think so.
I'm sure you did. And when I was screaming and running and saying, "Oh my God, she's on the air by herself," I meant that in the nicest way.
He's so nice.
You have to talk into the mic.
So, people and your silly rules.
I know. So, big hand, Drew Greenberg.
Oh, blah blah.
The studio.
Thanks for having me.
There was just like way more traffic apparently.
There was, but also I had this sense that the server was going to be down. So
he kind of knew.
I think it's you.
That's
you know
right, because last time.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, it's not me.
And you cut your hair?
I cut my hair.
Like it? Wait, you're not wearing the red shoes?
Not wearing the red shoes. This time there was stuff today, so I was...
You had to look nice or something?
Yeah, well, not nice, but, not red shoes. And Rebecca Kirshner has informed me that sometimes I might want to go without the red shoes, sometimes I might want to dress a little nicer. And you always trust what Rebecca Kirshner has to say about that.
It's good to know.
Oh, yeah.
I come strolling into the enemy offices, I'm going to dress nice.
Oh, you should. First you make sure if Rebecca's going to be there, and then if she is,
Okay, I hear you. Well, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back
so
to
happy to be here, thank you.
We're very happy, and we're glad you were able to reschedule. And
I appreciate
you
your
weren't tied to the chair in a back room, that Josh wasn't whipping you or anything.
The whips are only when I ask him to.
Oh, I keep kicking him. I'm sorry.
I know that those are really love taps.
You're late, and she starts kicking. That's why I'm over here, and there's something between us.
I understand, to protect me.
Do you see these? These are questions.
Really?
From listeners.
Those only a couple pages.
Well, they're like 5 pages full, and the questions are very small.
Oh, it's not like one question per page?
No. See all these?
Oh my
wow.
God, there's
okay,
so
you
many.
guys are scaring the crap out of me.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
listeners.
Crap?
Yes,
you can say crap.
You can even say shite.
Huh? Yeah, she's going to shut you people down.
I know.
That's what we're hoping for.
Well, the server's done that. So.
The server will shut us down before the FCC does.
Your hair looks really nice.
Do you like it?
It was blue last time
I
I was
know,
here.
it's not blue anymore.
It's really nice.
See, now you see it normal.
Is this, okay. Is this
Hers is usually reddish.
This is usually pretty normal.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
It's nice, and I like your hat.
Thank you.
Isn't it a cute hat?
It's a very cute hat.
I'm wearing a, what is it?
It's like a chenille kind of
Beanie
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Man, if only this were TV.
I know. If only.
Yes, we'd have much fewer listeners. Anyway. But because, we're running a little late and stuff, we'll go by
fire away.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Your first episode was huge. It was this big episode, and
if only we had the cam in here.
It was, there was stuff that happened in my episode. I got very, very lucky. I pulled a very
a
cool
lot of
episode.
stuff happened.
A couple of things. 1 or 2 things happened that were kind of fun. Little things.
Little or big.
Depending on, good thing we don't have the cam.
Well, so my first question would be, how does that work? Do you get assigned, just the number episode, or do they tell you, you get number 9, no matter what happens, you get it?
Well, it's kind of like, we're in a rotation, sort of. It's a loose rotation, but we're in a rotation. And I knew that I was going to be coming up around episode 9. And then we knew it was going to be episode 9. And, you're assigned the episode. And then whatever is supposed to happen in that episode, that's what you get.
Okay.
And when there was one night where we all sat around in Josh's office and talked about what was going to happen in episode 9. And he said, this is when... This has to happen, and I got up and I did my little dance. And I was like, so yeah.
Really? How did you? When you find out that not only does Willow go off the deep end, but you got Buffy and Spike having sex for the first time. What was your first reaction there?
I'm not kidding. I got up and I did a little dance, just about as pretty as you just saw. And those of you listening at home,
it was pretty.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like the happy dance.
It was like the happy dance.
It was the dance of joy.
It was all of the above. And it was a weird day because we had come in late, and so we were there late. And so this was.
You're all slap happy.
We were punch drunk. We were tired, but at the same time we were like.
Were you nervous though? Were you going, oh my God, this is after you sort of came down from the little high of it, you're like, okay, that's a tall order to fill.
It is a tall order to fill, and I had the euphoria. I had everyone coming up to me. The entire staff came up to me, and they were like, "You're gonna have so much fun. This is gonna be really cool." They were all really supportive.
Because your first script.
It was my first script, and they were like, "You're gonna have so much fun. We're so proud of you." And everybody was very nice. And then when everybody left the room, I turned to Marty and I said, "Oh my God."
So how much do they tell you before you go in and start writing? Like how much did they tell you about this episode? About what had to happen?
The nice thing about the way we work at Buffy is that we all outline, we break every episode together as a group. So that means
is Joss involved in all of this?
Joss is involved in all of this. His attention right now is he's got a lot of balls.
That's what people are worried about right now. Some people are worried about.
Well, no, but they shouldn't be, because he's still there with us all the time, and nothing goes on the air that doesn't go through Joss first.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, that's why I'm always a little perplexed when I hear that people are worried, because like, what's the worry? Yeah, we're not tiptoeing past his office and running things down to the set. It doesn't.
Like, let's put this on the air.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just doesn't.
You're like, Joss, look that way.
Right.
Run.
But none of this is to take anything away as well from what Marty's doing as well.
Absolutely.
Marty is there every day to day, making sure that everything is going exactly the way it should, and at the same time, it's all run through Joss too. So as I said, when we decided that this was going to be the story we were going to do, we had Joss that day. Joss was there with us, and so he was sort of guiding that whole process. We sit around as a group and we break the story together, so that by the time you go to write the script, you already have an outline that's been rehashed amongst the group many times. And
you really know what's going to happen.
You know exactly what's going to happen. You know every scene. And Marty's a huge part of making that happen, and Joss is a huge part of making that happen, and the entire staff comes together.
Wow, great.
Yes.
That's good. I mean, I know that a lot of people have that fear, so I wanted you to address it.
Interesting. They should not have that fear. They should not have no fear whatsoever.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Yes.
Okay, let's get to some questions, some more specific questions.
Okay, I'm ready for it. I'm sitting up. Okay. Yeah, put on my game face.
And I will warn you right now that a lot of it does have to do with Bucky and Spike and the whole thing that happened. I'll warn you ahead of time.
I need a warning, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I hope you're ready.
We'll all need a cold shower later. We'll see me. Okay.
From Yvonne. Okay.
Hi, Yvonne.
Explain to us about the deleted scene. It's the one where Spike sets up his crypt like an S&M lounge before he goes after Buffy.
No, I didn't know about this. Did I know about this?
I have no
She wants to know what it's about because it was mentioned on the UPN summary page. That's why everybody knew about it.
Yeah.
And everybody's wondering what happened to it. Why was it cut out? And what what was the deal?
UPN.
And what was behind you writing it that way? I
was going to deny everything, and then UPN put it up on their included in the summary, and I was like, well, that option isn't open anymore. What happens is, yes, there is a scene. There are, in every episode we cut for lots of reasons, for time, for content, for whatever. And this, I know the scene that you're talking about, and yes, there was a scene that was in the script that showed Spike sort of moving around his crypt and preparing the crypt for an evening with Buffy. And
you mean his crib?
His crib.
Sorry.
Well, it was set up with like handcuffs and.
There were lots of things that were in there. There were a few different items that he was going around, and I don't remember all of them right now. It was one of those things where, honestly, I wish I could say what I need to do is come up with this really cool story about why the scene doesn't appear in the episode. I should
for
say,
the DVD,
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure it probably will show up on the DVD, but I need to come up with a story about like how we had a knockdown drag-out fight about whether or not it should be in the episode.
Something interesting.
There was a brawl in the editing bay, or the film was run backwards or something like that. Even that, but no, it's just that every episode you're gonna have that one or two scenes where you look at them and you're like, all right, it looks funny on the page, and now
you got to sacrifice something.
Exactly.
So there wasn't a specific reason for this?
It just was. No, it's one of the. No, it was just that. You look at it and you say, it's not right for this episode. It was shot beautifully. Turi did an excellent job shooting it.
Turi Meyer, right?
Right, exactly. Wonderful director. He did a great job shooting it. I did a fabulous job writing it.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. James,
that was the Emmy episode. Yeah, right. That was the Emmy clip that for your consideration.
Oh, it would have been. It so would have been. Yeah. James did a wonderful job, of course, being silent and mysterious, and he did a great job. It's just that you look at the thing. It's hard to think about it in these terms, but and I don't want to get highfalutin, but
highfalutin.
Ding, 75-cent word.
It's not just Buffy the popular show where everybody wants to know everything that's happening on it. It's also, in a sense, not to be too highfalutin, it's also a piece of art, and we try to make every episode as artful as we can. And with art, you put the thing together, and then you look at it and you say, what needs to go? And it was just one of those things where it was like, for this episode, let's not have this in. It just didn't fit with the tone of the rest of the show.
I understand.
So I wish I could say it's something really exciting. And you know what? Give me time. I'll come up with a better story.
That's cool. Next time you come in, you'll have a new story.
I will. And all the listeners who are paying attention right now, you all be in on the joke. That I'll have when I have more time, I'll have thought of something really creative.
And in 2004, when the season 6 DVD comes out, we're waiting for it.
That's right. You'll hear the real reason. The real reason.
Okay, well that's good. We got a lot of questions about the deleted scene. So
really? People are really interested in the deleted scene?
Well, Spike fans were.
Okay,
they wanted to know what was up.
Let me reassure you. Also, there's really nothing special about it. I mean, that's also.
I think they were mostly wondering about his mindset and why he would do that and what it says about Spike as a character.
Yeah, it really nothing. It doesn't.
Nothing.
And also, this isn't me. It's the same thing on the other side of it now. There's just nothing interesting to tell. It's not like, oh my God, we realized it was a terrible mistake. It's just like, it was just there, and it really, there's nothing special about it, and it's, nobody should panic.
So don't read too much into it.
Oh my gosh. It also sounds, I think on that website description, I think it sounds a lot more sinister than it really is, or a lot, and it's really just like, it was funny. We thought it was funny.
A lot of things on the page come out differently.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, people who've read the scripts online, before, or read Wild Feed or whatever, and then you see the episode itself, you see sometimes it comes out a little different. This is one of those things. It probably looks a lot more sexy, and I don't mean sexy, I mean a lot more interesting than it actually would have been on the screen. So nobody should get too enthralled by the thing. It's just one of those things that didn't make it into the show.
Okay. That's good answer.
Cool. Okay.
Good answer.
It's a boring answer. It's a boring anscer, but
it satisfies me.
Okay, good. Well,
it does.
I hope so.
We're satisfied.
This is from
I can only hope.
This is from L.A. Ward.
Okay.
She wants to know, are Buffy's and Willow's plots supposed to be counterpoints or parallels to each other? And do the writers really believe that enjoying sex with someone is the same thing as having an addiction?
I don't...
I know you can't really speak for other writers. I'm just curious about the mindset in the writers.
All I can tell you is what I think. I think there's a flaw in the question. No offense to L.A. Ward, but well, sure, of course, both of our pals are going through something that's similar, but it has nothing to do with enjoying sex. This isn't a story about somebody who's enjoying sex and feels bad for it. This is
Tell them what the story is about.
This is, in my mind, and I wouldn't want to speak for the rest of the writers, but this is about a young woman who is feeling so alone
That's
right
what
now.
We've been saying.
Yeah, and so cut off from the world that she's making choices, and some of those choices are good, and some of those choices are less good. And
I like how you avoid saying bad.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean,
who's to say if it's bad, right?
Who's to say, exactly? And Spike as a romantic partner for Buffy, is he a good choice? Or is he a choice that's less good? And that's what we need to figure.
It's in the eye of the viewer, actually, at this point, because some people really think he is, some people really think he's not.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to go through right now. And so that's the dilemma that Buffy's facing, and her need to reach out and feel something, and her inability to stop it from happening.
And where that leads her.
Exactly.
Well, and this is something we've been going over and over again about how she feels. No, but we've been talking about this a lot, how she feels about Spike and what are the ramifications of this whole thing. And it is, and I've been saying over and over again that she needs to feel. And Spike she feels that Spike is the only thing that she can reach out to for whatever reason right now.
That's right. And I have to say, it's not like we're hiding the ball with this thing. I mean,
no pun intended.
No pun intended. There's very little being hidden, I think. Balls or otherwise. I think that we made it very clear in the episodes preceding Smashed that Buffy's really at a place where she's not feeling right now, and she wants to feel. And I think that was overtly stated, in fact.
In the musical?
In the musical. I think she sang it.
I think so.
Did you come up with the title? Who comes up with the title?
Yes, we all come up with our own titles.
Oh.
So for the most part.
So why Smashed?
Excellent.
Why Smashed?
Yeah.
Why not Smashed?
I don't
like
know.
Let's just leave it at that.
I have several reasons why I picked Sash, but I'll let you all wonder.
Well, let's see
it.
if that's one of the questions.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Well,
and maybe I'll avoid the
it.
question again.
We'll come back to it.
Okay, this is from Clarell.
Okay. Clarell.
In the rest of Season 6, what kind of relationship will we be seeing between Spike and Dawn and Spike and the other Scooby? Now, Spike and Dawn had a very special relationship last year, we saw, you know, and then we assume over the summer he was taking care of her a lot, and we see that in the first couple episodes of the season. Then we kind of see them not together very much for the next group of episodes, and a lot of people like their relationship.
Right.
You know, so she's wondering about that.
There's something about running off to join the circus, but I don't, other than that, yeah, I'm not saying who.
Is it a freak show, perhaps? Because, you know, a freak show's better than a circus.
Maybe they're just going for the freak show section of the circus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible.
All right.
Dawn and Spike, I love the relationship between Dawn and Spike too, and I think a lot of us really do. The difficulty of only being able to present 1 hour a week is that you have to service the story that's being told, and you can assume that the relationship between Spike and Dawn is still what it was, and every chance we get, we try to put in a little moment with them. But they're only 43 minutes in an hour, so.
Awesome.
Yes.
And the rest of the Scoobies? Is that what part of the question?
Yeah, about him and the rest of the Scoobies. You kind of don't see very much interaction. I mean, it's mostly Spike and Buffy now.
It is mostly Spike and Buffy. You're going to see Spike interacting with some of the other Scoobies coming up soon. I wrote another episode which will be airing in February, number 14. 14. Which will be airing in February. Cool. And there's some very nice...
Look at you get 2
I know.
Lucky me, huh? I mean, luckiest boy in the world. No question about that. I feel very fortunate.
Cool.
So yeah, so there's going to be some nice interaction with Spike and some of the other characters.
Other than Xander walking in on him?
Dude.
I was like, Xander, did you not?
Hysterical.
I thought
it was great. I thought
it was.
Yes.
It was funny.
Did you watch last night? I assume you saw it before.
Of course, yeah, and I had.
You watched it.
Yes, and I watched it again last night on broadcast.
Because I'm sure you probably saw it without special effects before, huh?
Yeah, and then with special effects when I watched it again last night on TV because I'm just that much of a dork.
Like the rest of us?
That's exactly what I did. Of course I did.
You liked it?
I really did. I mean, and you know that was David Fury's first directing.
Yes, I was very impressed.
Wasn't he cool?
Yeah. I loved how the fight scenes, how he shot it as if we could see them.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we couldn't see them, and I laughed even harder when I saw that.
And there was a lot of like, I won't say slow moments, but there were a lot of moments where he took a lot of time for like Xander and Willow to be talking to each other.
Yes.
And for a minute, I was thinking to myself, it seems like he's spending a lot of time, but I was like, this is really cool. I like that it feels like everything is slowed down a bit, and he's taking the time to have these two characters talk to each other. Yeah, and I really like.
There were great Scooby interactions in the show.
I agree. And I should also say, there will be more. It's not just 14 where you're going to see the Spike interactions. It's 15 is going to have a little bit.
That's Petrie's episode, right?
Yes, it is.
He's directing as well.
Isn't she just a fountain of information?
Yes, she is. It's almost like you have...
It's scary.
I know nothing.
Yeah, all right, okay. Petrie is directing episode 15 as we speak.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're all very excited
Go
about it.
Fury. No, go Petrie. Sorry. Go whatever.
Go. So do you want to direct? You don't want to direct, right?
I'm no director.
Okay.
Now. She says that now. Tomorrow I'll be like, when do I get to direct? Damn it. Jeez.
Okay, we got a lot of questions about this, and I'll just say this is one specifically is from Dina, but a lot of people want to know.
Dean? Ardeen?
Dina.
Oh, hi, Dean.
A lot of people want to know, and I'm just going to get right to it, the sex scene at the end of your episode.
Yes.
How... Okay, she asked.
No kidding.
She wants to know...
I'm sorry, we both went away for a moment.
I know. Drew and I are just like...
I'm just trying to hold the show together.
We went back in the
That's all
moment.
I'm trying to do.
I'm sorry, what?
Who? I'm all flustered now. Sorry, I'll shut up.
We have to stop giggling.
Oh.
How much of the specifics of the sex scene from Smash was your idea, and how much was dictated from other people?
You mean personal experience?
Were you... somebody did ask about that. And you know what? They said that they'd be waiting at an empty house down on the corner for you if it was from personal
Right on.
But I'm not going to give their names. I don't know if they want that out there. Anyway.
I don't know that
Outstanding.
They want to know how much specific stuff was in there. How much was Turi Myers doing? How much was yours?
Well, it's all Joss. It's all Joss.
So Joss really takes care of every episode. You guys just come and you take credit.
I put my name on it and then I go home. And it's pretty much, yes, that's exactly what it is. It's all Joss. Joss came up with the metaphor. Joss said this is when it should happen. This is how it should happen.
Wow.
Was there any? I mean, so he just said it, and that was it.
He said.
Was there any debate about how it was going to play out? How it was?
He said, it would be cool if we did this, and we all said that would be really cool.
With the house falling down being the metaphor.
Yeah.
And then
for what?
Beating each other up.
And right. Well, exactly.
Explain all that.
Well, you know what?
Just go.
I'm loath to get too specific about what the metaphor stands for. But I will say, a house fell down on them. It's not good. I mean.
Foreshadowing, perhaps.
Well, I don't know. I think it raises the question of is this good or is this bad? Ooh. And it's just saying. I'm not saying it is one or the other. I'm just saying.
we hear you.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And also that doesn't mean it's not going to change ever. That doesn't mean that Spike won't change. That doesn't mean that Buffy won't change. I'm just saying. Well,
change is the nature of the show.
Absolutely it is. So just because maybe something's not great at the time doesn't mean that it won't lead them to a place where they say, hey, wait a minute,
do you know how much
there's more here.
You are causing right now?
You're evil. You are so evil.
Me?
Oh my God. All the Spikes, including me, are like freaking out now.
There's every chance in the world that the interaction that they're having now will make them ask questions about themselves and about each other and about their relationship, and maybe even make them want to change their attitudes towards each other.
Oh.
You never know. You never know.
You just nailed it right there.
Another house could fall down.
Well, you never know.
You can just say that.
You just keep saying
no comment, or you never know. Or maybe. Keep watching.
I've given you plenty of comments.
Okay, we're going to take a break right now.
Oh my goodness, I need to pee so bad.
So do I. We'll take a stroll down to the restroom. And when we come back, we will have more questions for Drew.
Awesome.
It is 7:07 p.m. Pacific time, my pen. And so we have about, 50 minutes to go?
Yes. Woo! We'll get it all in, we swear.
We'll get as many questions as we can. Yeah. And we'll also touch on the other storylines going on. The whole Willow thing was big in your episode as well, and we'll discuss that as well. So go ahead. Okay, so we're going to play a song, and this is for Pax, and Pax sends us out to all the insomniacs at the Beta Bronze and Dean. Here we go. Sarah McLachlan. Here. Come on. Welcome back.
The ruckus.
Really?
Well, the Cheetos are crunchy.
Could you describe the ruckus? Welcome back to the Succubus Club on KBeach Radio, on the web at kbeach.org. And we just heard Sarah McLachlan doing Full of Grace, and that goes out to Pax, and Pax sends that out to all the insomniacs over at the Beta Bronze and Dean. And tonight, if you're just joining us, we're so glad you're here because we have Drew Z. Greenberg in the studio with us. And our server's finally up. Drew is here. We've been putting him in the hot seat. We've been asking all kinds of questions about his episode Smashed. That was on, when was that now? Like weeks ago.
November 20th, 2001.
He knows exactly when it was. And he brought us some goodies, too. Yeah. You want to tell him? He brought us a signed script of Smash. I was reading the end. I skipped to the back. I'm all skipped to the end. I skipped to the back, and I was reading all the good part. Okay, somebody wants to know, so since we're on the subject, if I can find it. Stephanie wants to know, was the zip in the script? Did it really say Buffy unzipped Spike's pants with a very audible zip? Do you want me to look? I didn't see it, but...
Now somebody's going to get to see the script.
But you can...
No, it wasn't. We weren't that specific, but we also made it very clear in the episode what was happening, and he was wearing pants, and there was a zipper, and so... It says lip locked. Yeah, there's lip locking in there. And we say, I said it in the script, but I didn't say it. That's nice and vague. Could you vague that? They start moving rhythmically. See, rhythmic is one of those words where I don't actually have to put the word in my script, but I can let people know what's going on. What else did I say? I have no idea. They haven't slowed or missed a single beat. Ooh, that's after they fall. A single beat. Yeah. Oh, they just keep going. Yeah. There's nothing in here that says they had sex. Wait, it all alludes to it. But it's alluding to it. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Because I'm not a vulgar young man. Because you're right. You're not. Your parents were gonna watch. Yeah. Yes, if only I could just get my parents to just read the script instead. So wait, what was the zip? Now I was busy looking at the script. Oh, he said no. It wasn't in the script. No, it's not. Obviously, since I just looked. It was something we decided in post. Right. You think it'd be funny? Was it supposed to be funny? I don't think we were going for funny there. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Were you going for jaw dropping? Was it jaw dropping? Yeah, I'm like.
Well, that's what I was saying to you. I'm standing right out here, and I was telling Drew that when I saw that episode, I was like, oh my God. Oh, what are they doing? Oh my God, they're doing it.
Well, I told you in an email, I told you that it was not so much disturbing, but well, yes, I did use that word, didn't I?
Well, the thing is, I remember I had the privilege of going actually into that one part of post-production where you all sit, like, Joss was there, and all the sound guys were there, and all the post people were there, and I sort of, like, was lucky enough to be included in that. And I was sitting there in the meeting, and we're showing the thing up on the big screen, up on the big video screen, and we've got the sound.
You got that on big screen?
Big screen. Big screen and also big sound, because you're in one of those, like, soundproof rooms.
That zip must have been loud.
We heard the zip, and everyone was like, we had this moment where everyone was like,
Froze.
do we do it? Or that flash will never get nicer.
It won't. It won't.
Good golly.
So, okay, so go on with the zip.
Yeah, so we had this moment where everyone kind of went, we all knew, like, do we want to include the zip, or do we going to leave that like that? And we all went, yeah, let's leave it.
Oh, that was funny. That was great. I like the zip.
Well, she's playing with her toys right now that Drew brought.
What?
Drew brought toys.
But they're also kind of from Jane, right?
They really are from Jane. These are gifts for the club for the Succubus Club from Jane Espenson.
Jane's so cool.
She's so cool. She's
and now
big fan of you.
Should I ask the next question, or should we just talk?
We can just chat.
We'll just chat.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Okay, we won't. Let's talk about Candy now that she's gone.
My goodness, that hat.
That's cute. All right. So anyway, so tell us some more about the script. Tell us some more. Tell us some more. I don't want to ask any of the questions until Candy gets back.
Sure. Well, that makes sense. This is sort of like filler, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, not that anyone should think that this isn't important.
No,
because it is. I was just really, really excited when I found out that I fell into this episode. And
what a great episode to fall into.
My goodness, yes. I mean, and as my first one, it's quite an honor. And everybody was. The best part about it was when everybody else there. When we all realized this is what it was going to be, everybody there, every single person on the staff was like, they jumped up to congratulate me and to say, we're proud of you and we can't wait to see what it's going to be. And everyone was like, you're going to have so much fun.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of place that it is. And that's why.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I felt loved.
You felt the love.
I did feel
Not
love.
unlike Buffy and Spike.
Not unlike, well, true.
Or something.
Although, yeah, no.
They felt something.
They felt something. I haven't fallen through the floor with any of the other writers.
I will open the underground lair.
Oh, is that the scene that you're talking about?
Oh, is that the scene?
No, this is different. No, this is with the Geek Squad.
Okay, by the way, I love the boys. I just have to say, I love the geeks.
They are good, and they were great in last night's episode. Yeah. It was really, he's like, but you have a lot of face.
Come on.
No, I've said this before, I have no problem saying it again, is like, too much of them is too much.
Right.
You would say that about anybody, though.
Sure.
But after a while, like, I can't remember what episode it was, but too much of them,
I feel that we're using them very sparingly, although as much as I appreciate what you're saying.
Next question.
Moving along.
I'm trying to find that one scene.
Because.
Oh, big kiss. I'm like, because? I'm like, yes.
I want to check. What?
Okay, this is somebody who has a bit of a problem with Dawn.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
You can come across any fans that are going to have a problem with something.
Well, sure. How could anybody have a problem with Dawn?
I have a problem with Kitty Fantastica. Where is she?
That's what somebody else wants to know as well.
She's very pivotal behind the scenes.
Okay. But Doinkle wants to know when's Miss Kitty making her comeback.
I think Tara took her.
Very soon.
And
very soon.
Spadoinkle also wants to know, if each character could be an animal, what would they be and why?
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
I think Buffy would
also add, you're a hottie.
Oh.
That's really sweet. I don't know what, what hallucinogenics they're taking, but okay, thank you. That's awfully sweet.
She's very hot. Okay, what was the question?
If any character could be an animal.
No, the other one.
Oh, the Dawn one.
There's something about Dawn.
Will Dawn do anything other than be a mildly juvenile delinquent who's jealous of her sister, acts like a 12-year-old, and is the damsel in distress for the week?
So what are you trying to say? No, really.
I will have to say something that for like 2 or 3 episodes in a row, Dawn was the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
And I did voice my opinion that I didn't want that to continue.
Yeah, none of us does. And I know exactly where that's coming from. I think that the thing is that when somebody's important to Buffy, that person's gonna be a target. There's no question. And
well,
Dawn
that makes her vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly, because everyone's gonna, like, they're an easy target within the story because people are gonna be going after them, and it's an easy target for us because, you know, how do you make sure that Buffy's invested in what goes on? You make sure that somebody important to her is in danger. So sometimes, yeah, it falls to Dawn, and right now Dawn is really important to her, so that happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I totally get where they're coming from, but yes, oh my gosh, Dawn has stuff coming up.
I hope so, because last night we were hoping that the social worker would take her away.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't say that. She said it.
These are such harsh words.
I know.
So,
sorry.
Kitty, talk to me. Why Kitty?
Kitty, talk to me.
Who hurt you?
Well, it all goes back to my father. I have abandonment issues, you know. But that's another show.
I think that Dawn is a really.
She was great last night, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you're beginning to see shades of her that are going to start coming out more and more, and you're going to see some of that as we head into February.
Okay.
There's some more stuff with Dawn. Yeah.
This is a question that when I read it, I thought, okay, well, I'll ask the question, but there's really no answer for it. But
Great. We both just did spit take, by the way.
That's why we should be eating and drinking.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a little water.
Cute.
Okay. It's fun size.
It's adorable, like Buffy's hair.
But I would know how it was.
By the way, isn't her hair adorable?
It's so cute.
It's so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so cute.
Just wait until you see the next new episode. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
So cute.
Cool. Look at it, a guy thing there. I love it.
Okay, in reality, this is from Kat.
Okay. Hi, Kat.
In reality, many people find good lives, or I can say this, many people find good enough mates, not perfect, jobs, finances, etc., and live reasonably happy lives. As far as I can tell, no one in Buffy the Vampire Slayer is ever allowed to be happy at all for more than a few months without developing some problem guaranteed to cause misery. Will things ever work out for any of the characters, or are they all doomed?
Will things ever work out for the characters? I hope not.
Exactly, then the show's over.
Yeah,
right?
then I'm out of a job.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, Kat. You're trying to make me have to go back to the law?
It's okay.
All right, I'm all right. Jeez,
you have to go back to, what was that MTV show you did?
No, tonight did the MTV show. I did another network.
What was that show? What was it?
It was that Love Buffet thing.
My goodness, what are you, like a steel trap or something?
I just did part of the transcript. That's why I remember.
Okay.
Okay, B-Shoot wants to know. This is an interesting question.
I like that.
She's the trap, the steel trap.
Candy the trap.
You know. B-Shoot wants to know, this is an interesting question. When writing a sex scene for the show, do you worry about Sarah or James saying, nope, I'm not doing this?
Or is it written in their contract? Too bad.
No. We have to be respectful of what they'll do, but luckily we have a company of actors who's so much fun, and they enjoy the stories too. They're very professional, and they know what we're doing.
James has no problem, apparently.
James has no problem.
Yeah, I don't think James ever has a problem.
He's a proud guy.
As well he should be. They're both very, very good about understanding that this is, and you know what, they have fun with it. I think that it's not that kind of fun. I think that it's just one of those things where they understand how important it is to the story, and so they go with it, and we're very fortunate that we have them to do that.
Great.
Yeah, I think so too.
Great.
Thank you.
This is another very big issue, and this is coming from Yvonne. It's about the scene of Spike in the alley with the girl. Yes. After he finds out that ship isn't working.
Yes.
I'll just ask her a question flat out. From Yvonne, was Spike attacking the girl in the alley just to see if he could, out of hurt to spite Buffy, or because he's a sick, twisted puppy?
Well, there's only one person you could ask.
Joss.
No, Spike.
Oh, don't do that. You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
Okay, no.
Well,
okay,
call him right now.
I know. No.
Call James.
Yeah. How about this? Maybe this is easier. While you were writing it, you have to know the motivations.
I do, but at the same time, I think of Spike as being incredibly conflicted. So I think that he is going through all this the same way that we are, where he's trying to figure out where he is. So yeah, yes, when I was writing that scene, did I have a sense of what Spike was doing? Of course I did. But I'm not being vague. I'm not avoiding the question. I'm saying that I can't really tell you because...
It'll give things away.
Well, no, and that's not even it. I think that you have to look at him as an incredibly complex character who had a series of emotions going through him right now. Did he want to bite that girl? Yes. Did he want to...
hurt Buffy?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Was he having to psych himself up to do it? Yes.
Thanks. See, now that's exactly what I was saying.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I think no, but see, you see how these things are all sort of in conflict with each other.
Absolutely.
He wanted to psych himself up to do it. Does that mean he really wanted to bite her? Does it mean he didn't want to bite her? That I can't actually answer for you.
Go ahead.
But what I can say is that clearly Spike is different than he was before, and he never would have had to talk himself up.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I was saying compare that to a kill from season 2 when he first came along.
Right.
The two approaches are completely different.
They are. Does this make him any less a killer? I say no. I say was he going to bite that girl? I say yes. So I'm not. That's why I'm trying to phrase this answer where I'm giving you specific.
I understand.
I'm trying to be specific and I'm trying to answer the question because I don't want people to say, oh, he's avoiding the question. But now that I've done that, now I'm going to say, yeah, I can't really answer it because Spike had a lot of conflicting emotions going on in that scene.
And honestly, anybody who doesn't have conflicting emotions is getting kind of boring.
That's right. I mean, there's other. If you want a show with characters who are cookie cutter and have just one emotion at a time, there are plenty of those shows out there too. Absolutely. And you can watch some of those. I think that we take a lot of pride in creating fully dimensional characters, even when they're vampires.
Yeah, a lot of those shows are on WB.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Let's take a break real quick, and
I'm going to take the fuzz off your mouth.
Oh, that's my job.
Oh, sorry.
That's cool.
And I promise when we come back, we will talk about Willow. I just was getting to a couple specific questions I knew that people wanted answered. Willow. And we only have about 35 minutes left. So,
great.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will take care of all that. So stay with us.
We're going to take care of it.
The song.
They like you. They really like you. Welcome back to the Succubus Club on KBH Radio on the web at kbh.org. That was Melanie Doan doing I Can't Take My Eyes Off You. And that's from Family 5.6.
That's going out to Slayer Girl.
Slayer Girl. And I dig that song. So, it's the one where like Willow and Tara floating. And I don't really like that part, but I really, really like that song.
How could you hate that?
I hated the floating.
Oh, the floating was so beautiful.
I didn't like the floating.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you're...
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I never backed up.
You guys, who hurt you? Seriously, who hurt you?
Dude, I told you my father. I have abandonment issues. Welcome back. If you're just joining us,
where have you been?
Where have you been? Because Drew Greenberg is in the studio with us. Yay! And we're talking about Smashed, his episode that he wrote on November 20th. And we've got a lot of questions. We're trying to get to as many of them as we can because obviously, if you know, we started late because of the dang server. So there we go. I've said it. I've said it and I'm done. Shout out to everyone who's listening. Hi. We love you all.
I got some things to say about the server, but I'm going to hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
The server hurt us, okay? That's who hurt us. That's who hurt us.
And that I understand. Now I understand why you don't like the floating. Stupid server.
That was the only Joss episode that I think I ever had not great feelings about. I swear everything else is like an A+.
Blaspheme!
I know. That and Anne.
Oh, I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Let's not talk about Anne. Prophecy Girl was on last night. I couldn't even watch Prophecy Girl because it's too painful to watch.
It's so
I've seen it so many times lately, and I'm like, I can't watch it again.
So it makes you cry.
I can't watch it again. It's too painful.
It is painful.
It's like, don't go, Buffy. Just don't. Just don't. You're the key man. Sorry. Question for Drew?
Oh, huh?
I'm telling you, most of them are about Buffy and Spike, but I really would like to get this Willow stuff.
We'll find a Willow one.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
We can go back and forth.
I'm really trying, I swear, but not many people are asking about her. Not that people don't care.
Of course. No, of course they do. I understand.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and talk about...
Let me just say this first of all. Isn't Elizabeth Ann Allen just the coolest?
She's sweet.
She's really sweet, and she's adorable. She's adorable. And I think she's really cool. I really like her, and I like what she did.
No.
He's like, no.
Okay. Is she coming back? Can you tell us that?
We are going to see her again. When are we going to see her? We're going to see her in. Seeing her coming up soon. Yeah. We're seeing her in the next new episode.
The next in 12.
Yes. In 12.
That Double Meat Palace.
Double Meat Palace.
Double Meat Palace.
Yes, indeed.
Yum.
Double Meat Palace.
That sounds good.
That's Jane Espenson episode.
Yay, Jane.
Episode.
Yeah. Another good friend of the program, Jane Espenson. I have to get those in.
She likes you guys already. It's okay. You don't have to kiss her ass anymore.
I know, but I still have to.
Good to know. Hey, are you going to the posting board party in February?
I'm going to. All right, then, yes. I'm going to do my very best to be there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You can hang out with us, okay?
Excellent.
Because we're going to be staying at the hotel.
Awesome.
We're going to party in the Succubus Club room.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? A party at the Succubus Club. That is...
Bring your own pie.
Pecan pie?
Pecan pie.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, well, why don't you just tell us about... nobody has a specific question about... Isn't that sad?
Don't joke.
Yeah, don't spit on it.
That was almost dangerous.
We'll get back to Spike and Buffy in a little bit. But Willow had a huge episode that you wrote.
Yeah, well, sure.
I mean, she went a little overboard. She brought Amy back. Which,
she went a little freaky.
She did.
And so what is your take on Willow and this whole magic thing? Because in my opinion, in the episode after yours, which you had told me in email, you're like, it's amazing. And I'm like, okay, great. It's a Marty episode. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm watching it. And I just felt like I got hit way over the head with the whole drug metaphor.
Okay.
A little too much.
Okay.
Not that I haven't loved what's been going on with Willow, because I have.
Right.
But I was just curious what your mindset was going into, because you know what's going to happen in Wrecked.
Yes.
What was your mindset going in to set it up?
It was just that. It was that I was setting up what was going to happen in 10. Mm-hmm. So my goal was it was the fun part. It was the part where Willow gets to go and, like, finally, she doesn't have the binds of somebody constantly around her saying, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. In fact, she's got somebody there who's saying to her, this can be really fun. We can go and just let loose and have a really good time and not care about anything that's bothering us.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Buffy and Faith.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
That Girls.
A little bit like that. Like any situation where, you need to go and have some fun, so you pick the one person who's not going to give you a hard time about it, and you go hang out with them. And the goal was to present Willow first, feeling, a little bit bad. Even though she was saying she was fine, the point was to show she was really not fine, that she's sort of kidding herself.
Right.
And then to move her into the place where she's like, I just want to go have fun, and somebody helps her get to that place, which in this case was Amy. And the goal was to put her in a situation where she can do anything she wants, because she's got this really amazing skill, and here she's with somebody who's like, that is an amazing skill. You can have fun with that. So the point was for her
almost like an enabler, though.
Almost like an enabler, indeed. But we think of it in terms of just like a friend who wants her to have fun.
It was also nice last night when Buffy, and her, you see her and Willow's trying to kick whatever going on in the house. And they're in the house, and Buffy is really still treating her like her best friend, and she didn't shun Willow.
Right.
And I was sort of expecting that to be a little bit more, because after you see Wrecked, but, Willow went through a lot in your episode, and it was crazy. But then, even Willow was the one to say, I'm tired of being the geeky Willow,
right.
This is the first time that she gets to be a little bit,
and
wild.
Did you notice, by the way, anybody, how Amy ultimately got Willow to say yes to going out? It was the reference to, you want to be a geek like you were in high school.
Right. Oh, yeah, you play on the insecurity.
Exactly, and that's Willow's button.
And you saw that from Restless, even. That's
exactly.
Her.
Yeah, I'm nodding sagely right now.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I am.
You look very sagely.
Thank you. Sage, that's what I'm going for.
Sage on the stage.
It's one of my favorite spices.
It's good spice.
About the whole Willow drug thing.
Yes.
I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who brought up this question. I thought it was really interesting, and how it plays out for the rest of the season. That her magic has been such a huge part of how they've, beaten their nemesis over the last, 2 years or so since she started. Will it come into play, or if you can tell us that much, where it's going to come to a point where it's going to have an effect on how they deal with their foe? Because it has been very helpful. So can you tell me, is it something that you thought of, that there's going to come a time when they're going to need the magic, and they're just going to say, well,
that's
okay, Willow, you could do it once.
In fact, because I have my episodes so easily, at hand, because you live in your own episodes for so long that it's there. I can reference instantly. I can go to a place in my episode where there's a large plot twist in my episode that has to do with Willow
and the choice.
Yeah, and her powers are the only things that can get them out of a bind. And,
okay.
And so it's going to, yes, the question is going to come up certainly in mine and then in other episodes as well. It's a question that has to be raised.
Because I thought that, you know, as kind of dissatisfied as I was with Wrecked and how they dealt with the whole drug thing being the magic thing, I figured that couldn't be it. You know, it seemed to, like, end so quickly. It was so huge. It's like this big breakthrough of hers. Like, I need help. Like, this is huge. I need help. Like,
right.
I figured that could not be the end.
And it's not.
Okay.
She's going to... I mean, I think it came up last night. I think right away you see what the arc is going to be, what the dilemma is going to be for Willow. That it's so much easier for her to do...
Right. And I loved it when she said that, too.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
I can't believe how I did this before, you know. Yeah.
Right,
exactly.
And when she touched the computer screen, she almost, and then it started, and she goes, you know. But I thought last night she was going to have to use magic. I thought she was going to have to use magic to fix the invisibility ray.
Right.
Probably, obviously, that's Kitty thinking that's too cliche Buffy. You know, like, Willow's going to have to fix the ray, and everything's going to be right with the world, even though is she going to use the magic, is she not?
Because it got really easy after a while. And I'm like, you're cheating. Stop cheating.
Right. She didn't even open the dang curtains.
I know.
Open. Thank you.
Well, you know what? It's true. You know, she got to a place where everything was coming really, really easy for her. So, yeah, there's not a lot of drama in easy.
And another point a friend of mine brought up was that, in a way, she became more powerful than Buffy.
Yeah, kind of.
To a degree. Because
ways.
she could do things that Buffy could never do. And it's like, doesn't that take away from how powerful Buffy is supposed to be when Willow could just go around and say,
That's
you know?
That's an interesting take on it. That's one I hadn't really thought of.
I mean, the Slayer is the chosen one, you know? I mean, she alone. Sorry. But no, it's true. I mean, all of a sudden that Willow can just snap her fingers and make people disappear or make people go away or turn people into pigs or something. And Buffy's like, well, I guess I don't need this steak anymore.
Well, exactly.
Although a vampire pig might be kind of cool.
You know.
I'm taking notes. You understand?
That's May sweet.
There's also, I mean, I think there's also the tension of not only do you have Willow wanting to do this thing that she really can't do, this thing that would be easier, but also a person very close to her still can. And so we've still got Tara who can do these things, and that's gonna, you know, that's kind of.
Can you tell us about Tara? I mean, she's obviously not a cast member; she's more recurring, so she can only appear in a certain amount of episodes.
Right.
But she is returning, obviously. I would think so.
Absolutely.
Can you give us any kind of a hint of like what to expect?
What to expect
with
in terms
Willow
of
and Tara and Tara's place in all of this?
Well, isn't it interesting that you know the reason why Tara left is something that Willow's finally addressing now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're gonna see Willow, you know, wonder if that means that things are going to change between her and Tara.
Okay.
Well, I also think that for Dawn, Tara's really the only one she feels probably that she can trust right now also.
Well, notice the house is a mess and just all in shambles after Tara leaves.
That's right.
Tara was
a calming influence. Tara's going to continue to be a really good influence on our characters and even beyond Willow. I think that...
See, I always said that.
Yeah, it's true.
She's always liked Tara. I have had a problem with her up until she broke up with Willow, and I loved Tara after that because she got a spine.
I like that too, but I always said that Tara is going to be the guide. She will be the spiritual guide that leads people through the tough times.
Interesting.
I've always said, ever since Restless, I said that, and I'm like, I stand behind that.
Interesting. Well, there's some interesting stuff coming up with her.
See.
Let's get back to one of these questions here.
No one cares what I think. Okay, go. No, I'm kidding.
I care very much.
I've just heard it 30 billion times, so I move along. I love you dearly.
So you block it out and move on. Okay.
This is from Wendy. It's kind of long, so bear with me. In the Buffyverse, physical violence has often been a metaphor for emotional violence.
He's getting comfortable.
You should see it.
I know.
He knows this is a doozy.
Well, I will. I got an email from my 5th grade teacher.
You did not.
I did. About physical violence. So go ahead.
For example, the demons that Buffy physically fights are often metaphors for the emotional issues she is facing, which we've seen since day one.
Sure.
Now, second part of the question. Does that hold true for the violence of the scene between Buffy and Spike before they have sex? Is the physical violence between them really a metaphor for the emotional issues they have, or do you think it is really an example of a physically abusive relationship? Are you worried that people who have had experience with domestic violence issues might have a negative reaction to this episode of Buffy as well as to the character of Buffy?
That's a pretty good question, actually.
That is a good question. I think I should say right off that we're all very well aware of the implications. You know, when you see that kind of situation on TV, when you know that you're writing that kind of situation, we're all on the show, we're all very aware.
Good.
And certainly the last thing we'd ever want to do is make anybody feel uncomfortable. Anybody who, if it
that happens all the time.
Well, yeah, no. And,
I know
right. In all seriousness, right. we're very. The last thing we'd ever want to do is make somebody who is experiencing some kind of pain see this and feel worse. That's not what we're trying to do.
Right.
Given that, I will also say that yes, of course, it was a metaphor. And was it supposed to be specifically a physically abusive relationship? Buffy, super strong. Hello. She may be a girl, but
she's not a regular girl. Right.
But I don't like it when people just assume that because she's a girl that means that she's weak. In fact, this happens to be a character who has super strength and she's super strong. And when Spike hits her, it's a little bit different than it's like it's hitting Superman. Mm-hmm. It's
cool.
Exactly. It's a little bit different. So if you're going to look at it literally, then you have to keep in mind that this is not a girl who's being hurt by being hit.
Right.
So you have to look at it like that. Now, do I think physical violence is right? No, of course not. It's wrong. Is it a metaphor for the physical pain that both of them, the emotional pain that both of them are in? Yes, of course. It's definitely supposed to be about the back and forth between them and the taunting and the adversarial relationship.
Since day one.
Yeah, I mean
they've always been back.
The tension between them.
It's always been about that. Yes,
and the dance that they do.
And yes, all of that.
Well said.
I just it's very important to me that people know that.
Well, is there anything else that's very important that you want people to know?
There are all kinds of things that are very important. But,
let's move on to Xander. We haven't really talked much about him.
Okay.
Mostly because we haven't seen a whole lot of him this season. But can you reassure the Xander fans out there and let us know that good things are coming?
There really are. There really, really are. And I think that we all share your frustration. I mean, Xander's been there, and he's an important part of the backbone. But I understand when people say they haven't seen enough of him so far this season. I know where you're coming from, and I get that. Mm-hmm. I think we're all very well aware of that. But all I can say is that when you're dealing with an ensemble show, the storylines weave in and out, and Xander has a really big crest coming up. It's going to hit in
Xander
February.
and Anya, can we say that?
Anya's a part of it too, yes, but there's a lot of stuff that has. Yes, I mean there's a lot of stuff that has to do with both of them.
It was really great seeing him last night. You know, kind of being there, being the steadfast kind of guy that we all have come to love over the years. You know, and the relationship he has with Willow and with Buffy, his best friends. It was just really great to see him like that last night.
It's important to us too. It's great for us to see him like that. We love every chance we get, and I was a little bummed that, as happy as I was about my episode, and I'm never going to complain about what I got. Sure, I felt a little bummed that I didn't have more to give Nikki to do. Yeah. Just because
was anything cut that you wrote, or was it just not there?
It just wasn't there because it wasn't part of this episode. It's like I said, you come up in the rotation. Yeah. The storyline is as it is, and you get a certain thing. So we do our very best to make sure that everybody's involved, but certain stories have to be served. So all I can say is that Xander is coming up big soon.
That's great.
And he's gonna have some nice moments to shine.
That's great.
In the next few episodes. Yeah. So.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wait, where was it? Oh, this is it may entail a longer answer than you're ready to give. I don't know.
I'm ready to talk for hours.
Yay. Well, we only have 15 minutes. So
I can talk for 15 minutes.
But it's something that you probably hear in a philosophy class or something. But this is from David, and he wants to know: can you tell us if Spike's chip is equal to Angel's soul, and explain your answer, please?
That's an interesting question. That's a really interesting question.
Because you know
the hand over the face.
You've watched Buffy. You know Angel. You probably have opinions about this, at least, if not as a writer, as a fan.
I can only speak as an individual, as a fan. This is certainly never a question that we've ever discussed in the room. It's a really interesting question, and one that
his whole chip is an interesting.
Yeah. Well, it is. It really is. Personally, I don't think it's the same. I think that a soul entails a certain amount of
brooding.
Well, brooding, of course. Dark wardrobe. Souls involve long coats.
Spicy hair.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. They both have that. They both have the long black coats.
And spiky hair, but they don't bruise.
They don't both bruise.
The spike doesn't bruise.
The chip, prevents you from doing the things you want to do. The soul means that you don't want to do them. So that's the way that I see it. However,
the writer in you says
he has butt face.
He has butt face.
No. Yes, I have butt face. I got that for a second. It took me a second to catch up, and I'm with you.
I indeed
have butt face. I was like,
he's all bitch.
However, what happens to a person when they are put in a position where they can't do what they want to do? Do they want to do it more?
Yes.
Or do they become used to not wanting to do it? Or do they see and learn and change the way they are? And this is an
like
interesting...
nature versus nurture at this point.
It kind of is.
I love that.
Isn't that going to be an interesting thing to work out?
Well, that's what's interesting about it. I mean, and you've got people debating to the death practically about what this shit means.
We've talked about this a lot. So many emails. We've talked this to death.
Are there people out there?
Do you listen to our show?
Of course I do.
Of course, all the time.
He's lying.
When I'm not working. But I'm working all the time.
To bring you the show that you love, okay?
You talk about, damn it. Just get off my back.
We sit around every Thursday morning in the office and we discuss what happened last night
on
the Succubus Club.
Yeah. That's what we like to hear.
Okay, I do. But
okay, you just talk to yourself, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jane, Stephen...
All the time.
Denight still hasn't emailed me back. I'm going to have to...
Damn you, Denight.
He's a very busy young man right now.
What's his...
You just smack him around for us.
Well, I do that anyway.
He's got episode 13, right?
Yes.
But that's all done and buried, right?
It's 13 is in post right now. So.
Okay, so he's a little busy.
He's a little busy.
Okay. Can you tell us whatever you can?
Yes, I can.
Can you tell us how the season ends?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Well, first...
There's this freak show, you see, that comes into town, and madness and mayhem ensue. Now, I was wondering if you could tell us about your next episode. Anything.
Sure.
It's the birthday episode.
It's the birthday episode. That's right. We were talking about that. It's the birthday episode. It's called Older and Far Away.
Mm-hmm.
Will air sometime in February.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do with.
Sorry.
No problem. It's definitely going to change. What is it going to change?
Buffy.
I'm so tired. It has to do with Buffy and her birthday, but it also has to do with her relationship with Dawn.
How old is she turning now?
21, right?
Buffy's turning 21.
Wow.
Big 21.
Remember she was 18? Remember she was 16?
I remember.
Like just yesterday.
It does. I mean...
Yeah, you watched Prophecy Girl. It was yesterday.
It was.
Go ahead.
Continue. Okay, so it's, Buffy's relationship with her sister and Buffy's relationship with Spike, and it all sort of is put into a crucible when they find themselves in a situation that they can't escape.
Well, I like how you bring literature into this.
Well, I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can to raise the bar.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, is Spike going to give her, like, a crushed half-eaten...
Right.
Is Spike going to bring her a crushed half-eaten box of chocolates for her birthday?
No, we decided not to go that way. Spike brings her something else.
Hello. With a big bow on it. I'm not going there.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't either.
Now go on.
No, that's what else would you like to know? I mean, let's, ask me something.
Okay, what happened? What's this thing?
Well, first, I can't take away your enjoyment. I've already said too much.
Okay, can you tell us this? And this, I know it has nothing to do with you, and I apologize, but people are really. I mentioned this earlier with Joss's involvement in the show, and we all love Once More with Feeling.
I'm sorry, Joss who?
That guy.
Joss Whedon. Josh Whedon.
Josh Whedon.
Josh Whedon.
But, people are wondering, like, when his next episode's coming up, because we hear all the way up to 50, and we've got Petrie, do you know?
I don't know, and we've talked about it. I know who's doing what episode up through 17, but, 16 is going to be the lovely Rebecca Kirshner.
I was waiting for her again. I loved having the process.
Yes.
I'm waiting.
We had that cool drawing for her, too.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Who was it? Who brought that in? Oh, no, Denight sent us a script when he couldn't come in after all the way.
Wait, Stephen gave that us just, he hasn't been here for a while.
He sent us 2 scripts to give away, and he also sent us a drawing that Rebecca did.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. I think I have it. I'll show it to you.
She's a really talented artist.
So you can't tell by this photo, but it's so cute.
The picture's great.
So
Rebecca's doing 16?
She's doing 16.
Okay.
And we have a guest doing episode 17.
A guest?
So you're finally using my script.
Well, I didn't want to break it to you on the air, but yes, indeed, congratulations. Wait. Oh, no.
Oh, it's not mine.
Oh, sorry, no.
That was Kitty, not Kitty.
That's going to be soon.
That's very interesting.
Yes, we're all very excited, so we're in with him right now.
Is it somebody we know?
You may know him. His name is Diego Gutierrez, and he has worked in the Mutant Enemy family before. And
what?
He was Joss's assistant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm all mopping up. No, I'm kidding.
No. He's really wonderful. I mean, he's got a good eye for this stuff, and so and a good ear too. So he's in there with us this week.
That's great.
And we're beating out 17.
So that's 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because sometimes Joss does the last episode.
Yeah, but he usually at least does one somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Like last year, he did.
Well, he did Once More with Feeling. That was kind of in the middle.
That's one. That's 7.
Yeah, that was kind of in the middle. That was his middle one.
No, that's his early one.
That's his middle one.
Is there always an early one too?
3. He does do 3. Last year he did Family, The Body, and The Gift. 3.
Well, he realized that.
But he's also doing an episode of Angel. So
Oh my gosh! Can I just? I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, go ahead.
I've seen little bits and pieces from his episode of Angel, and oh my gosh.
That good, huh?
Oh my gosh! It's okay. You hear. Hey, let's do an Angel about ballet, and you think, okay, we've all gone over, the deep end. But oh my gosh!
You know what?
Beautiful.
I read just like a vague description of it, and it sounded a lot like I Only Have Eyes for You. Do you see the similarities there?
I suppose I see the similarities.
I guess. Freak.
Yeah, I didn't read enough of it to see that.
I don't
go into it.
I don't think it's going to be.
Okay, that's good.
I'm
glad.
It's got so much stuff that's really cool,
okay.
And it's just beautiful. It's just shot.
Is that the next episode? Is that birthday?
No. It's called. I believe it's called Waiting in the Wings.
Waiting in the Wings. Cool.
Yeah, it's episode 13.
Excellent.
So it's a couple weeks.
Yeah,
probably in February, right?
It probably is. Yeah. It probably is. I'm not exactly sure what their schedule is.
Yeah, next week's birthday is Mary's.
Right. Okay.
It's wonderful. The bits and pieces that I've seen of it so far are wonderful. Yeah.
Very cool.
We only have a few minutes left, but I do want to discuss.
No.
I know.
So such a bummer.
I'm not ready to go.
Well, you're going to come back.
Okay.
Your next one is 14.
Here, okay.
Do you think you'll have another one after that, or not?
I don't know. Again, it really depends on what the schedule is going to look like. I would love to do one, and I'm chomping at the bit to do one. But there are a lot of people who want to.
The invitation's open. If you want to come in after 14, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
If you want to come in over the summer, after everything's over, when you have a free schedule.
That seems like so long.
I know.
But are you going to go to the PPP?
Yeah, I'm absolutely planning to.
Okay.
I need to get a little bit more information about it, but from what I can see, it should be fine. Okay, good.
Please go.
I would love to see you guys there.
Absolutely.
So. Oh, you'll see it.
But I wanted to... we'll be dancing on tables with drinks in our hands.
Treats for everyone.
I know. I wanted to address something that, a lot of people... I think the season has been a little too dark this season.
Really?
I don't think so, but that's just...
I don't, or what it is,
a lot of people
I've enjoyed.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this season. Some people...
I like dark.
You know what? I like dark too. And with all due respect to the people who think that it's too dark, I will say, I think the same thing I said, I probably said this last time I was in here, you can please only so many of the people. There's always going to be somebody who's not going to be happy. And the truth is, I love that. Because if you should be finding that there are certain things you don't like about it. You should be thinking, with a critical mind. You should be saying to yourself, this really works for me, this really doesn't. Because then you're really thinking about what you're watching, and that makes you a better, more informed television viewer.
Right.
And I'm excited when I hear people say to me, this didn't really work for me. I think that's cool. And honestly, if we ever did a show where everybody loved it, we'd be doing it wrong.
Right.
Because that would be boring.
I totally... I remember after All the Way aired, which was... yeah, and that was the episode where Willow got all cranky towards Giles and stuff like that in the kitchen. She got all bitchy and stuff.
Yeah.
And we came in the next day, she kind of said, I am dangerous. Maybe you should be careful.
Right. And we're like,
Wasn't that...
No, that was All the Way when it was the engagement party. They were in the kitchen.
But no,
no,
All the Way.
That was flooded. That was
flooded because All the Way is the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad. Wow.
Wow, Candy slipped in.
I'm here for you. That's okay. She slipped in. That's a little weird.
Hey, now.
I'm feeling a little upset now.
It's okay. We're here for you.
We are here for you. Go on.
Do you need anything some water?
I remember us saying the next...
I'd like some.
We're running out of time here.
You're right. Go ahead.
I remember saying the next day that what Willow did was disturbing, and we didn't really like it, but
we're not
supposed to like it.
That's right. You're not supposed
to. And so they're doing their job. And I remember being so happy about that.
And I remember kept saying, I hate Willow right now. She's so horrible, but we loved it. But I love the fact that I hated it because it was exactly like what Candy just said. We were supposed to not like her right now.
In that moment, you were supposed to say, wow, that's not cool.
Because there were times when I'm going, we're not supposed to like Willow right now, are we? Because I sure don't.
Just asking, just for backup.
I know. But the thing is, but that's true, and I like that sometimes. Like sometimes, like last night, there were some things that Buffy did that I didn't like. And I was like, I don't really like Buffy right now because I think she's being kind of bitchy. But she's being kind of mean, but I understand where she's coming from because she's got issues. Right.
That hat was really ugly. I mean, honestly, it really was.
No, I had no problem with that.
Okay.
I had a problem with her telling Doris to kill. I
thought that was mean. That was so mean.
But oh my God, we're out of time.
What?
Oh, no.
I know. True.
Okay, you know what's coming up next? What? Because can't we just sort of, can't we just bump him?
It's Charles and his show, but he has a big special show coming on tonight.
Screw Charles.
You guys don't mind if we just take another, half hour or so, 45 minutes? That's cool, right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm glad we got to have this time.
Me too.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And like I said, the door is open anytime. I swear. After 14, if you want to come in, right there.
You guys are the best.
And
thank you very much.
Other than that, you're totally welcome. Yes. And wow, that's it. We'll be here next week.
We will be here next week. We will be here. Keep our fingers crossed. Server up with Tim Minear.
Woohoo!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I hurt your ears? I'm sorry. Sorry. Tim Minear. Cool.
I know.
We haven't met him.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
He's wacky.
Oh my gosh, he's one of my favorite people in the whole library.
He's wacky. So tell us how cool we are.
Tell him that I'm part of the
I will. Well, we will. And next week on Angel, we have no new Buffy, but we have new Angel. They're repeating the Buffy death episode. The second Buffy death episode.
The whole header off the bridge.
They're doing 2 hours. They're doing the Weight of the World and the Gift.
Yeah. Right. So next, so that's Buffy, but Angel's new, and it's Birthday, and it's written by Mayor Smith. And we will have Tim Minear in here. And let's just hope the server works.
We will do our best to be on again early next week at 5:30 so that we could discuss Birthday before Tim gets here.
Right.
So please make note of that on your
Just keep checking the website in case something goes screwy.
Which probably will.
I'll be there.
Yay. And we want to thank everyone for listening, everyone who emailed us with the questions.
Yes, we didn't get to them all, and I apologize.
But we'll give them a drink.
Sure, I'll take them.
And we'll just email all of you for... No, I'm just kidding.
And we want to thank everyone who emailed us to say that you're listening, that it's working. We appreciate that. We appreciate everyone sticking by and waiting until we got the problem fixed. So you guys are awesome.
We've got the best listeners, best people. So again, thank you, Drew.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, you guys, and thanks for everyone for listening.